Hello my dear students. Here, as you know, crop production management lesson is there over, and on that we conducted a first achievement test. You written better one, and now we are going to learn about the next lesson, that is the microorganisms, friend and foe. Microorganisms are the living entity. Now, why microorganisms are different than the living organisms? As you know, on the earth there are the living and non-living organisms. Their characteristic features are different than the non-living organisms. So, living organism has a characteristics like there is the different systems are present in their body. Plants, if you are taking example of plants, are different than the animals. In the living organisms there are the plants, animals and microorganisms. This classification is there. As you know, plants are there here immovable. They are sedentary. They fix it to the one place, but they are autotrophic in nature. And about the animals, when you are learning here about the animals, animals are there, the locomotion is there. We are observing them, they are movable. And as you know, there are different systems are present in all plants and animals also, but they have a different, some structures are there, they are deeper than here in the plants and animals. Now, about the microorganisms, why these microorganisms are there? They are again classified in different form. As you know, microorganisms are there very smaller in structure. They are the mostly unicellular one. As there is the unicellular, also some are there multicellular also. So, here in this lesson we are learning about microorganisms, friend and foe. What is a friend and foe? What it is? So, microorganisms, they are friend, they are useful, they are beneficial. So, they are called as a friend. Because in many circumstances, many daily our different things are there which we are doing daily work functions. In that they are helpful for us. So, they are called as a friend. And again there is a foe, means why they are enemy? Because here some microorganisms are there, they are harmful for us. Here they are harmful for our body also, and so because of that they are causing many diseases. So, they are a foe. So, in this lesson we are learning about that microorganisms. Then what are the microorganisms? So, you see several kinds of plants and animals here, which we are normally cannot see here. Small microorganisms are there, they are very smaller one. We are not able to see them. So, they are called as a microorganisms or microbes. You are observing that many times in the rainy season there is the most of the here bread is there gets spoiled, its surface gets covered with greyish white patches, and the patches are there. If you are observing, they have a tiny small black thread like structures are there. You are observing rounded structures like this structures you are observing on the bread. Yes, that are called as a fungus, or they are nothing but the fungi. So, here these are also one of the type of a microorganism. In the rainy season we are observing on the bread, the moist patches are there, we are observing. So, here about the microorganisms. Collect some water and take some water from the here, and in the beaker, and here means first of all take a water from the pond and in the beaker, and observing that you are observing a small organisms are present in the water. In the pond water, if you are taking any pond water in a rainy season, you are observing many areas are there. There are the water is there standing. Otherwise, to a pond also you should take the water and observe it. You are observing that there are the small organisms are there. Again here about the take some soil also in the test tube, otherwise in the beaker, and put some water on that. You are observing that the heavy particles are settling at the bottom of the soil, but there are some things are there, they are floating on the water, and the water, if you are observing in that also some organisms are present, you are observing. These observations show that water and soil are there, they have a tiny organism. Tiny means what? Small organisms are present. So, here though not all them are there fall into the same category. If you are taking water organisms, otherwise from the soil, there are many variety of that microorganisms are there. These are not the same having the same category. They have a different categories of the or different classification, different features, characters are different in that microorganisms also. These microorganisms or microbes are also small in size. They cannot be seen with here unaided eye. So, what are the microorganisms? The organisms which are not able to see by our naked eyes. By this, our naked eyes means without here unaided eyes, as it is we are not able to observe that organisms, and that we are able to see with the help of the microscope. The organisms which we are not able to see by our eyes, here with the help of microscope only we are going to see them. They are called as microorganisms. Otherwise magnifying glass is there, you should use magnifying glass to observe them. Microorganisms are classified. There is a classification of microorganism as bacteria, fungi, protozoan and algae. So these 4 categories we are observing. Bacteria are here microorganism is there, it is classified into the bacteria, fungi, protozoans and algae. Here, and some of the common, these are mostly the common microorganisms which we are observing, which we know that are categorized in this. Means there are many types of bacteria are there, many varieties are classified, fungi are there, protozoans are also there and algae are also there. There is another one entity is there in the microorganism, they are called as viruses. So, if you are going to see about the viruses, if you are learning about the viruses, they are deeper from them. Because here these are the also microscopic one, but are from here different from the other microorganism. Why they are different? Because for reproduction purpose, or here how they reproduce only inside the cell of the host body. Means if any host body means what? Any animal body, any plant body is essential to multiply them, to reproduce them. When viruses are out from the body, outside the body, on the any other outside in the surrounding, when they are present, they are not multiplying, they are not reproducing, their reproduction is not taking place. But these viruses are reproducing where? In the host body. Host body is essential for them for reproduction. To reproduce, host body is there, it is essential. So, these viruses entities are different, which may have here may be a bacterium, plant or animal. So, as I told, any in the bacteria also they are reproducing, otherwise any plant or animal bodies are there, on that also they are able to reproduce. Means they need a host body which is a living entity is there, in that body when they will enter, then only they are going to reproduce. As you know, today you are here nowadays the disease is going on, that is the COVID-19 coronavirus is there. That virus is there, it will fall on a different non-living things. It is how much time it is living? 2-3 hours, otherwise 24 hours, otherwise 10 days. On the any other matter, on any other any whatever you are taking a bags, otherwise any door or any still, on that how much time it has some less or more time they are here live, but afterwards they will die, because they needs here any body, host body is essential, like a plant animal bodies are there, they are essential for the viruses for reproduction. So these viruses when enter in the body, then only there is a reproduction, they are multiplying in the number. So here, as some of the viruses are there, like a common here, they are the elements like a cold, influenza, and most of the coughs are caused by the viruses. You know that there is a many times cough, cold is there, influenza is there, it is a causing. So that is because of the viruses. Serious diseases like a polio, chickenpox are also caused by the viruses. There are many types of diseases are there causing by the viruses. Diseases like a dysentery, malaria caused by the protozoans. So dysentery and malaria are there, they are causing by the protozoans. So the different diseases which are causing by the different microorganisms, whereas typhoid and tuberculosis caused by the bacteria. So the bacteria are there, they are responsible for typhoid, tuberculosis, TB, it is causing because of the bacteria. Dysentery is there, malaria is there, it will cause by the protozoa. So you here you learnt about that some points of the microorganism in 6th and 7th also. So here are the different diagrammatic representations are there. You are observing that is the bacteria, algae, protozoans and fungi are there. Where do microorganisms live? Where they are living? As I told here, they need the host body. They are present in here. Some of the protozoans are there, algae are there, and in water also we are observing, because and in the soil also many bacteria you are observing. So the different organisms are there in a different area. They are here in the atmosphere. Different surroundings are there in them. They are living. Microorganisms may be, as I told, they are single celled, that is called as unicellular. Like some algae protozoans are there, but they are multicellular also. So we are observing bacteria are there. They are the unicellular in that. Some are there here like a unicellular in the bacteria. But some algae are there, protozoans are there. They are multicellular too here. And such many algae and fungi are there. Here we are observing they are multicellular. They live in all types of environment. They are present, as I told, in an environment, soil, water, different areas are there. In all types of environment, these microorganisms are living. From here, ranging from ice cold to the climate to the hot springs in the desert, like this area also they are able to live. So desert have a marshy lands are there. In that also they are able to live. These are also found inside the body of animal, including humans also. Microorganisms grow. Other microorganisms while exist freely. So some microorganisms growing on other other organisms also, as I told here, they are living in the host body, that is the plant and animal body as a host body. In that also they are living. So this is about the where the microorganisms are living. Microorganisms and us. What are us? Microorganisms play important role in our lives, because as I told, there are microorganisms, some are useful, that is a beneficial. Some are there, they are harmful. So here they causing a disease, so they are called as a harmful too. Friendly microorganisms. Which are friendly microorganisms? Here they are used for the various purpose, so they are called as a friendly microorganisms. In that they are used in the preparation of the curd, bread, cake, so they are called as a friendly. In our daily life we are eating different variety of food. In that many here different food matters are there. In that here microorganisms are present. Like here you know that about the curd, cakes, bread you are eating, in that microorganisms are working. They are beneficial to us. They are also used in cleaning up the environment. For example, there is a organic waste like vegetable remains are there, animal feces are there. So here these are useful for the cleaning of the environment. Organic waste, decomposing that matter, it is necessary. Like organic waste, your mother is cleaning different vegetables, that stock she will throw. So that decomposition of that matter, otherwise many plants and animals are dying. That decomposition means that is a cleaning up, it is necessary, and that is broken down into the harmless form. It is decomposed by the bacteria, by the fungi, and here that is here usable. Means it is converting into the harmless form, it is converting into usable form substances by bacteria. As you know, these are decomposing and mixing with the soil, and it enriches the soil, it gives the nutrients for the soil, so increasing the soil fertility. So that is also one of the means these are the beneficial one, because it is useful, because it is necessary to clean up the environment. If these bacteria are not there, fungi are not there, decomposition not taking place, so heap of the dirt is there or whatever waste products are there goes on increasing, it is not decomposing only. So everywhere dirt and bad smell is there, foul smell we are observing because it is not decomposing. So thanks to that bacteria, fungi, because they are decomposing the organic matter here, and it increases for agriculture purpose, it is very much useful, and increases the soil fertility. Making up a curd and bread. So in the 7th class you learnt about the milk is turned into the curd by the bacteria. Bacteria are responsible for here turning the milk to the curd. Curd contains several microorganisms of these bacterium. The bacterium lactobacillus is there. So lactobacillus bacteria is there. These bacteria are converting the milk to the curd, promotes the formation of the curd. It multiplies in a milk and converts into the curd. So, here it will multiply, the number of lactobacillus bacteria are there. It will multiply that one in here, promotes the formation of the curd by the lactobacillus. It multiplies in a milk, number of that it will multiply in the milk, and that milk is converted into the curd. Bacteria also involved in making a cheese pickles, which we are eating, in making a cheese pickles, and also many other food items are there, in them also it is available. And important ingredient like here Rava, idli, baturas are there. Here in that curd we are using. Here with the help of curd there is a fermentation is taking place, which will helpful like in the rice idlis, dosa batter there is a fermentation process takes place, which will helpful with the help of the bacteria only. If you are taking any atta otherwise maida, in that you should add sugar, water and yeast. Yeast is one type of a fungi, and here add a small amount of yeast powder, knead them in a soft dough, and here you observe that after 2 hours that soft dough is there, here it is rising, it will increasing the size, because there is a fermentation process takes place with the help of here yeast. Yeast reproduces rapidly and produce carbon dioxide. So, yeast is there reacting there with sugar, and here here there is a formation of the carbon dioxide. There is a reproduction of a yeast is a very fast process. It is using in many bakery products. That is because here the fluffy and sponginess is there. It is because of the here yeast which produces a carbon dioxide during respiration. Bubbles of the gas fill in the dough. So, here bubbles of the gas of that carbon dioxide is there. It will not escape from that dough. Here it will fill in that dough, and so the dough is increasing in size. Whatever the dough size is there, like this, if a dough is there keeping here, there is dough here. After some time when you are observing the dough is there, it will increase in the size after 2 hours, because of a reproduction it is taking place in the yeast. It is very rapid one, and it will double in size because carbon dioxide is there, it will produce and here carbon dioxide, because of that bubbles of the gas fill in that dough, and it increases here in the volume. This is the basis of a use of yeast in a bakery industry for making breads, pastries and cakes. And here this is the basis. Without yeast no any bakeries are running. Here yeast is very much essential for the for the different products like formation, like bread, pastries and cakes are there. They are producing in the bakeries, that is with the help of yeast. Now commercial use of a microorganism. Where we are using commercially, microorganisms are used in a large scale production of alcohol. You know, many times you are listening about the alcohol. Alcohol is here using for many purposes. So, in a wine, production of alcohol, wine, acetic acid, that is a vinegar. Acetic acid is there. That so here, as I am telling that microorganisms are used for the production of the alcohol, wine, acetic acid for the large scale. Yeast is used for the commercial production of alcohol and wine. So, here yeast is very much essential for the production of yeast is there. It is very much necessary for production of alcohol and wine. Here it is very much necessary. For this purpose, yeast is grown on natural sugars present in grains like barley, wheat, rice. Crushed fruit juices are there on that. Means here they are growing, the yeast is there, they are mixing here growing, they are giving some media, and in that they are the food matters are there, like a food they are taking like wheat, rice, barley and crushed different fruit juices are there, and yeast when growing on that there is a fermentation process taking place, and with the help of that there is a production of alcohol, wine, it is taking place. So, here another one activity, take 500 ml of here filled up by the water, and here dissolve the 2 to 3 spoon of sugar in that and add yeast. You are keep it for the warm place for 4 to 5 hours. Now, smell the solution. So, yeast when mixing with the sugar, there is a fermentation process taking place and there is a production of alcohol. The smell is there of alcohol as sugar has been converted into alcohol by the yeast. So, yeast is necessary for production of alcohol fermentation process. What is that? That process is there. It is called as a fermentation process with the help of. So, this fermentation process is there, it is very much necessary for the production of alcohol and wine. So, yeast on any different organic matters, organic foods are there like wheat, rice, barley, different fruit juices are there. On that yeast when growing, living for that and then it will convert into the alcohol, wine and also the acetic acid, like this type of things are there producing with the help of yeast. It is for the large scale production it is there. This smell is there, that is because of alcohol is there as sugar is converting into the alcohol by the yeast. The process of conversion of sugar into the alcohol, sugar convert into the alcohol. Now what here we used here organic matter, that is the sugar. So there as I told they are using wheat, barley, rice, different fruit juices. Here they used sugar. Sugar is there, it convert into the alcohol and this process is called as here fermentation. That process is there, it is called as a fermentation where sugar convert into the alcohol, conversion of sugar into alcohol takes place. Medicinal use of microorganisms. Next point. Whenever you fall in the doctor, may you have antibiotic tablets. You know that sometimes here you fall ill. So, doctors are giving some injections, some medicines and antibiotics they are telling. What are the antibiotics? Here you are listening many times antibiotics. So, here as there antibiotic tablets, capsules or injections such as the penicillin we here doctors are providing. The source of these medicines is microorganisms. So, how they are producing these antibiotics with the help of only microorganisms. They use the microorganisms to prepare the antibiotics. These medicines kill or stop the growth of the disease causing microorganisms. Here in a liquid growth there is a fermentation process takes place and these microorganisms are there. They inhibit the growth of the microorganisms are there. So, here they are preparing that one with the help of microorganisms. Source of these medicines are there, antibiotics are there. These antibiotics are producing with the help of microorganisms only. So, here these microorganisms are there, they will help to here they will stop, they prevent, inhibit the growth of that microorganism which are causing the diseases. The source of these medicine is a microorganism. These medicines kills that microorganisms here and stop the growth of the microorganisms. Here disease causing microorganism means if any disease is there like a fever is there, otherwise any cough is there, cold is there, that time here we are taking antibiotics. That antibiotics they will prepare through the microorganisms. These microorganisms are there means with the help of microorganisms they will prepare antibiotics which will stop the growth of that or which will kill the growth of the here disease causing microorganism. They are producing with the help of means antibiotics are producing with the help of microorganism itself. These days number of antibiotics are being produced from the bacteria and fungi like streptomycin, here tetracycline and erythromycin. These are the different here examples are there of the antibiotics. Nowadays we are listening many types of antibiotics are there here invented. Louis Pasteur is there discovered fermentation process. As we saw fermentation which is taking place with the help of yeast in the milk convert into the curd. This fermentation is there here. It is discovered by the Louis Pasteur. Alexander Fleming work on the culture of disease causing bacteria. So, here these are the some scientists are there invented here culture of a disease causing bacteria, how it is taking place with the help of that means it is necessary for the formation of the antibiotics. So, these are the some of the different antibiotics are there like penicillin, streptomycin, tetracycline and erythromycin. Commonly these are known antibiotics made from the fungi and bacteria. These all antibiotics are there preparing from the here fungi and bacteria. The antibiotics are manufactured growing specific organisms and are used to cure a variety of diseases. How they are manufacturing? That are growing on specific microorganisms. So, these are antibiotics are manufactured by the growing on the specific microorganisms and are used for the variety of the to cure of the variety of diseases. Means here they producing antibiotics where they are growing these microorganisms and they are used for the curing of the here diseases. Antibiotics are even mixed with the feed of a livestock and poultry with the help livestock or poultry to check the microbial infection in animals, and they are also used to control many other plant diseases. In the poultry also they use, because as you know in the poultry there are the different many diseases are causing. So, antibiotics are they are using to check the microbial infections, many times it is causing to check that one, and also they are using for the many plant diseases. As you know, farmers are growing different types of crops. On that also viruses are there, bacteria are there, they will attack. And so, for that purpose antibiotics are also here using, not only for the human or not only for the animals on the plants, and also like poultry farms are there. In that also they will use antibiotics. Next one, vaccines. What are vaccines? A substance which is used to stimulate production of the antibodies and provide immunity here against the disease. Means here vaccines are preparing in the laboratory in the cultural medium, and here it provide, what is the vaccine? It provide antibodies. Means if any diseases are there attacking on our body, it want to stop, means it want to kill by our body, and that antibodies are there preparing by the vaccines. So, vaccine is a substance used to stimulate the production of the antibodies and provide a immunity. It will provide a immunity power for against that germs. When a disease is there, it provide active acquired immunity by the vaccine. When disease carrying microbes enter in our body, it produces antibodies. So, any disease causing microorganism of a common cold, influenza, flu, here when malaria, these are the different diseases are there. Then when that microbes are there entering in our body, that time these antibodies are there producing. So, to fight against with that invader, any new cell is entering in our body. So, new cell is there whenever entering in our body, that time there is a antibodies producing, and it will fight with that germs, it will fight against that germs. The body also remembers how to fight the microbe if they enters again, and so one time it will enter, that antibodies are there. So, first time we are going to the doctor and that will produce antibodies, and next time it will remember, it will so the body remembers how to fight with that here microbes if it enters again. If a dead or weakened microbes are introduced into a healthy body, the body fights kills invading bacteria by producing a suitable antibodies. So, here if there is a dead and weakened microbodies are there, when it is entering in our body into a healthy body, the body fight and kills the invading bacteria by producing, and so it will produce a suitable antibodies and it will fight with the germs. The antibodies remain in the body and we are protected from the disease causing microbes forever. So, here antibodies are there, these are remaining, remain in the body and we protected from that. Always that are producing, as you know vaccines are there giving from that when the babies will burn, when baby's birth is there taking place, from that time here you know that up till 5 to 6 years there are different types of vaccines are giving for the baby, because these vaccines are necessary for producing of the antibodies. There are many type of different diseases are there. So, to fight with that germs, these antibodies are necessary, and these antibodies are there remain in the body, which here we are protected from the diseases because these antibodies fight with that germs, and here they will kill that germs, disease causing microbes forever. This is how vaccine works. So, there are several diseases are there including cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox, hepatitis can be prevented by the vaccination. So, you know that many smallpoxes are there, otherwise hepatitis is there, many types of diseases you are listening, these all are there here prevented by the vaccination. There are vaccines available, and by the vaccination these are preventing, these are different diseases are there, they are preventing. In your childhood, you must have your different injections to protect yourself. As you know, in the childhood, there are, as I told, when baby birth is taking, from that time there are different vaccines are there, like BCG is there, otherwise there are the vaccine of hepatitis is there. There are different type of here measles is there, different type of vaccines giving timely, and so here it gives the more immunity or strong immunity, acquired immunity by the vaccines. It is necessary, it will by the parents, they are giving timely for the children's because to acquire the immunity to fight against the germs. They are producing, vaccines are producing antibiotics here. So it is essential to protect all the children against the diseases. Necessary vaccines available nearby hospitals. So you are observing on the TV, there are on the newspapers also, there are advertisements are there about the polio, measles, otherwise BCG, why they are important. So these are timely, it is necessary to give for the children's here to protect to your children from the different diseases. A worldwide campaign against the smallpox has finally led to the eradication of from most parts of the world. Eradication of the polio is there, you know that, and smallpox is there. It is a worldwide one because, as you know, before some years there is a polio is there, and also about the smallpox eradication, means totally that is a vanishing of that disease is there with the help of a vaccine. If we are giving a vaccine for the children, there is a totally there is a eradication of that diseases is there, it is causing takes place. So these days vaccines are made on a large scale from microorganisms to protect the humans and other animals from the several diseases. Nowadays there are many vaccines are producing, large scale vaccines are there, are made to the large scale. Microorganisms are there here, scale from microorganism they are producing this vaccine, and it is on the large scale here nowadays producing for the protection of the humans and also the other animals, plants from that several diseases. So this is about the vaccines, about the here different medicines which are used in microorganisms which are using in the medicines, about the commercial use of microorganisms. And next is their point about the increasing soil fertility and other diseases causing microorganisms are there. About that we are going to see in the next session. So thank you, and do homework regularly and properly. So thank you.